Good day to all. Welcome to Extreme Recap. Red is a skilled thief who is capable of opening any vault. Yet, as of late, he had committed a major burglary because of which the police got him. Additionally, he is currently serving time in prison. Red is condemned for full 5 years. He is released from prison after 2 years due to his good behavior slowly over time. Red is overjoyed. His wife came here to pick up Red, whose name is Chloe, after she left the prison. Chloe is equally delighted to see Red following that, and the two of them return home together. Beatrice, Red's daughter, is displayed here. Red's daughter could not even speak because she was too small when he went to prison. However, she is now mature enough to speak. However, Beatrice speaks French, so Red is unable to comprehend her. Red then begins to teach her his language. The scene then moves to the airport. Here we see an agreement executioner Circle who was simply coming to America when the air terminal official was confirming Luke's record. He begins questioning it. So he starts asking Luke questions. Also while conversing, he learns that Luke is a psychopath, but the officer is unable to take any action, because all of his paperwork is complete. After this, Luke leaves from here and comes straightforwardly to the parking garages here. Luke begins to steal cars. The car's owner arrives here only after that. He informs Luke, "Why are you stealing my vehicle? Wait, I'll immediately call the police." He becomes extremely enraged upon hearing this Luke, and he kills this man here by slitting his throat with a knife. He then starts opening the car door once more because no one can stop him now. Luke steals the car and heads out of this location, where he arrives at a bar immediately. Tom, the proprietor of this bar, is visible here. Luke gets scared as soon as Tom sees it because Tom knows who Luke is and how dangerous a killer he is. Luke soothes him by stating, "I have not come here to kill you. Rather, I simply need a few weapons from you." Here, we learn that Tom illegally smuggles guns and has only kept this bar open so he can conduct his gun business there. After this, Tom takes Luke to the rooftop and shows him probably the best firearms there. In any case, Luke could do without these firearms definitely. He then grabs a sniper rifle and starts shooting at. Luke shoots a man as soon as he sees him, but he doesn't mind that he killed an innocent person. Seeing this, Tom turns out to be much more frightened. After this, Luke says, "I want this gun." Whenever Luke returns to the bar. Here, we see a few of Tom's friends. They begin ridiculing Luke since they don't have the foggiest idea how perilous Luke is. After hearing Tom's words, Luke's anger grows, and he pulls out his gun and starts killing Tom's friends. Tom realizes that Luke will kill him after seeing these things all together. Additionally, he quickly pulls out a shotgun, but Luke notices and kills Tom as well. Luke leaves with all of the weapons available because he must eliminate one of his most important foes. At his house, we see Red after this. He was here looking at Chloe's paintings, which will soon be on display. Seeing those compositions, Red begins recalling the walls of the jail on the grounds that these canvases closely resembled that. Then Chloe arrives. She claims that these paintings will be on display in the evening. Therefore, I want you to go there. Then, Red claims that I am unable to comprehend paintings. So I will feel exhausting there. Yet Chloe doesn't pay attention to him and says that you need to come there since this day is exceptionally unique for me saying this. She immediately heads to her art gallery as she departs here. She begins setting every one of her artistic creations here. That is the reason the proprietor of the exhibition comes here, whose name is Derek. He brings Chloe to his workplace and begins to seduce her. He communicates his affection to Chloe and says that I like you without a doubt and I need to wed you saying this. Chloe scolds him when he starts touching her and says, "Maybe you don't know who my husband is. And if he discovers that you are causing me trouble, he won't leave you alive." Hearing Chloe's words, Derek flies off the handle and says that screwing with me will be a lot for you. Your paintings have cost a lot of money for me. So in the event that every one of your works of art are not sold before dinner time, then, at that point, you need to return me all the cash that I have spent on your canvases. If not, I will pursue you in court. Chloe becomes extremely enraged upon hearing this and asks, "Where will I get so much money after this?" We see Red visiting Leroy, a friend who runs. Leroy and Red used to take together before, yet prior to going to jail, the two of them had taken the whole $5 million together. Additionally, none of that money can be traced because it was held in bonds. Additionally, Red had come to this location in search of money. They were discussing the fact that Ernesto, a man, only then arrives here. Ernesto is a police officer, and his recommendation led to Red's release from prison. Ernesto has been suspicious of Red for a long time, so he has been following him. Additionally, he issues a warning to Red here, stating that you are eligible for parole and may return to prison at any time by stating this. He starts looking for Red because he thought it might mean weapons or drugs. Yet, subsequent to looking, Ernesto don't tracks down anything. Therefore, after leaving Ernesto, he gives Carl up and leads from here. Leroy opens a door from here and enters the basement wearing Red. Leroy claims that all of the bonds we had stolen are safe in a large vault nearby. Additionally, this vault is identical to the one you open, so I want you to open it. I want to check to see if you still possess that ability. This vault opens when you hear this Red. However, despite numerous attempts, he was unable to open it due to his 2-year prison sentence. Furthermore, his training has been missed for that numerous days. He was therefore unable to open this vault. Leroy informs you that you will only miss practice. However, I'm sure in a few days. Saying this, you'll start opening vaults once more. Leroy uses his key to open the vault and turn all the bonds red. He asserts that we can catch them at any time. Additionally, I want to see them tonight. Red, on the other hand, says no today because I'm going to an exhibition of my wife's paintings tonight. So we will accomplish this work tomorrow night. Leroy likewise concurs for this. We then see Luke, who enjoys driving a great deal. As a result, he approaches the car and begins chatting with the driver. However, Luke's car owner speaks rudely to him because he was unaware of Luke's danger. Luke dislikes his speaking style. As a result, he pulls out his gun, kills the man, and steals his vehicle. However, Luke was unaware that this vehicle jumps whenever he applies. The wheels of the vehicle begin doing various developments. Luke somehow takes the car away from here, but only after driving a considerable distance. He approaches the police, and he is stopped by them. An official goes to him and requests that he bring down his vehicle. Luke lost control of the vehicle as he was lowering it, resulting in the vehicle collapsing with a jerk and killing the officer. Seeing this, the other officer quickly summons a backup team to help him catch the criminal, but Luke sees this. So he kills the other official too. After this, we see the craftsmanship exhibition where Red has accompanied his agreeable Roy. Chloe is overjoyed to see them in this place. We also see Nestor, the woman who had gone to this art show, here. These paintings are not at all liked by the visitors. Red becomes a little irritated after hearing such reviews, and they claim that there is nothing in these paintings because he is not feeling anything. Then, we see Red's girl Beatrice, at home with her instructor, Lilita. Presently it was the ideal opportunity for the two of them to rest that really at that time somebody rings their doorbell. At the point when Lolita opens the entryway. After that, Luke is outside. Luke begins to visit the house. Lolita stops him, however Luke doesn't pay attention to him. Lolita begins questioning this obscure man, so she takes a blade and attempts to stop Luke. Be that as it may, Luke kills Lolita without any problem. Beatrice starts to run away from this place now that she has seen everything. Luke fires at her when he sees her fleeing. In any case, Beatrice moves far enough away, which saves her life. We find out here that Luke has only come to America to kill Red. Luke is enraged right now because no one has been rescued from his grasp thus far. Yet, today, he was unable to kill a young lady, and he took off from here thinking about this. Luke gets considerably more furious and he begins looking through the house. He finds the art gallery's exhibition card in one location, which he uses to figure out where Red will be. Luke moves on from here and begins his ascent toward the art gallery. Beatrice, who has arrived at the art gallery, can be seen on the other side. But here we are now. Luke also arrives, and he fires his gun indiscriminately here. And each individual who stood in front of him. He was taking his life. The blood of individuals currently began going splatter the works of art. Additionally, shouting began, but Luke did not stop there. He also continued to kill everyone. Ernesto was additionally there who starts firing Luke with his firearm. Luke, on the other hand, is now fearless, so no one can stop him. He just wants everyone to die. Consequently, he continues to fire. Leroy, who is a companion of Red, likewise gets hit by certain slugs here. He then collapses. Red says that I will take you to the medical clinic, yet Leroy realized that he wouldn't get by. So prior to death, Red and Eyes receive the vault key from him. Red grabbed the key and began running with his daughter and wife. But Luke fires at them when he sees him running away. However, Red escaped from here because he was in the car. Chloe was very afraid here, so she asked Red who wanted to kill us. Red told Chloe the whole truth when she heard this. He claims that I was accompanied by that man's brother during my most recent heist. However, there were a lot of disturbances during that heist, so the police arrived and killed his brother. However, Luke maintains his brother's belief. Or his brother was killed by me. Therefore, he intends to exact revenge on me. Red says that Luke is an extremely perilous executioner, so we need to leave this city quickly. Red discusses the bonds that he and Leroy stole together with Chloe here. Red claims that those bonds are still safe, but we've just spread the rumor that they've all been burned. Chloe tells us that if we don't take out those bonds and get them cashed, my boss will send me to prison. After hearing this, Chloe says, "Since today the workmanship display has been destroyed, and every one of my canvases have likewise been harmed. Additionally, there are currently only those bonds that can be of use to us." Hearing this, Red comes to Leroy's shop with his vehicle. He tells Beatrice and Chloe to stay in the car and promises to bring all the bonds stating this. He goes to the storm cellar currently, sitting in the vehicle. Chloe was hanging tight for Red. Luke takes Beatrice and him to the basement when he arrives here and points a gun at her. Red has broken all of the chains around this place, but when he sees Luke there, he realizes that Luke won't let anyone live any longer. Therefore, he informs Luke that you accept all of these bonds. Also, you can kill me if you want to, but don't tell my daughter and wife. Luke claims that you never discuss bonds after you were killed. I'll take it because, after listening to Luke, Red knows what will happen to him. So he begins thinking about a method for getting away from him. Luke, on the other hand, fires a red bullet. Luke locked the vault so that the girl could suffocate to death inside because he knew the girl inside would not be able to breathe for a long time and would die soon. Beatrice was getting close to turning red in order to save his daughter. Here, Chloe begins to flee from Luke, but Luke sees her and pursues her. Luke catches her after she has traveled some distance and attacks her head to knock her out. There, we see Red, who is still alive, and the vault key that Leroy had given him when Luke shot him. Red takes a stance here and begins to open that vault. Be that as it may, because of the projectile, the vault's key was bowed, because of which Red couldn't open the vault with the key. He makes sense of to be whittling down, says, "Just sit back and relax, I will get you out of there soon." When Luke arrives, they were conversing when he starts fighting. These two are engaged in a prolonged struggle here. Red was about to be killed when Luke pulled out his gun here. Whenever Ernesto comes here and he focuses the weapon at Luke. However, Luke has no fear of anyone. As a result, he begins to approach Ernesto, and Ernesto responds by firing at him, causing him to fall. Luke realized that he would no longer be able to live here, so he detonates 2 bombs to eliminate them all, together with him. The bomb goes off when he pulls the trigger, causing the explosion here. However, the blast isn't that big. As a result, Luke is the only person to die in this place, while the other people survive. In any case, every one of the bonds that were here were singed. Red immediately begins to open the vault when he discovers that his daughter is still inside. He used his skills to open that vault because he was aware that he did not have the key. After trying for some time, he finally opened this vault and took his daughter out of it. Red began arresting himself because he was aware that Ernesto would soon arrest him. However, Ernesto claims that you did nothing wrong. And since I am aware of what was taking place here, I will not report anything to the police. And you are not to blame. Therefore, simply leave this location and forget about me. Luke, a notorious contract killer, was killed by me, owing to which, after this, I'll be promoted. Red departs with his loved ones. They also feel sad again when they get home because all of their bonds have burned and they have no money. Additionally, all of Chloe's paintings were damaged. As a result, these people were sitting sad. After that, Derek, the owner of the art gallery, comes to their house and informs them that the exhibition sold all of Chloe's paintings. Because of the blood splatters on the paintings, which made people feel as though the paintings were alive, the same paintings that people disliked in the past became popular again. That's why so many paintings were purchased in one day. Furthermore, by selling them, they acquire $3 lakh. Additionally, Chloe now owns all of this money. Everybody is extremely cheerful subsequent to getting this much cash, in light of the fact that with this much cash, these individuals can begin their life once again, and Red needs to choose whatever is best thing now. Derek also realized at this point that he cannot force anyone to love him because Chloe is so in love with her husband. Turn on notifications, please subscribe for more videos like this, and like the channel to support it. Thank you very much for watching.